You will get to meet several people in life. The good, the bad, those who value your presence and those who never do. Sometimes, we stay away from what will be of great benefit and cling tightly to what will damage our emotions. So many people are in pains, crying over what doesn't worth a tear. I have come to discover that those people who we don't need comes into our lives and stay longer, preventing us from looking out to greater opportunities. They make us stagnant in growth and understanding. You will easily notice the impact of their presence when they leave. Until some people leave your life, you struggle in all things. You keep seeing yourself as a bad egg. You won't see the better version of yourself. In my little sojourn in life, I have heard of ladies who came to discover their purpose and walk in it after they broke up with their boyfriend. They never thought they will survive that phase. Some ladies see their boyfriends as their only hope of getting married, so they remain in that abusive relationship, a relationship that has made them abandon their visions, a friendship that has landed them in prison severally. They remain with someone who has no regard for God. What a pity. In life, it is important to separate yourself from people who are not in line with God's purpose for your life. You need to boldly part with friends that see no good coming from your life. There are certain mistakes you have made while choosing your friends, and your decisions is now hunting you. It doesn't matter what it is. Take a radical step now and quit. I would like to share a story with you. When I was in college, there was this lady who was very attractive, intelligent, and smart, and had other good qualities every man desires in a woman. She was close to my friend at that time. She goes by the name Joyce. I got to know that Joyce was in a relationship with a young man which had lasted for 4 years. She started that relationship when she was a teenager, ignorant of so many things, while her boyfriend was already matured and he had understanding than she did. It got to my notice that she had been enduring abuse in her relationship for some years. She did not only swallow abuses, she also endured the immoral and uncultured attitude of a boyfriend who was a drunkard, a cheat, and he was jobless. Despite all this, a beautiful and industrious lady like Joyce endured. She kept staying in hope, expecting that her character and good deeds would change her boyfriend. That was a good thought, but it had no backing from God. Joyce's relationship was a shock to me because her dad was a pastor. Not just any kind of pastor, he is a convener of a popular program meant for singles. At this monthly event, he talks about godly relationships, abusive relationship. He gave advice on the kind of spouse everyone should look out for. He shared several ways to get freedom from abusive relationships and so on. That program was always anticipated because of its positive impact on youths in church. On the other side of the coin, his daughter was facing the same challenges he guided others on. It was ridiculous but pitiable. You cannot be in the midst of help and still decide to die in pain. Joyce believed in a lie that her boyfriend was the only one that could love her despite the merciless beatings she received each time he returns drunk. She believed in a lie that she won't find love again if she breaks up, despite the fact that her boyfriend was shamelessly cheating on her. One thing that baffles me about Joyce's story is that she was in a relationship with her parents' notice. Joyce hid her abusive relationship from her parents. They never knew their daughter was into such a mess. This happened due to the distant relationship and communication between Joyce and her parents. Her parents assumed everything is fine. They felt their character and message is enough to caution and guide their daughter into a perfect relationship. Unfortunately, their ignorance pushed Joyce into a wrong relationship. In all she faced in that relationship, Joyce never complained to her parents. She only opened up a little to my friend Isaac. That was the person God used for her deliverance. He was always bitter whenever she shared her story and experiences. After giving an advice to quit the relationship, Joyce never did. It now looked as if she was drugged and hypnotized by her boyfriend because her refusal to quit was surprising. We got to know that she had been threatened by her boyfriend never to leave that relationship. What a trap. I asked myself, why do evil things befall good people? Isaac never gave up on her. He noticed that she had lost her self-esteem despite being the best in school. She never believed she was a star. Her boyfriend made her lose trust in herself. She had accepted her faith as a nonentity. After constant counseling sessions and advice, Joyce began building courage. It started with rejecting every lie that she had been told by her boyfriend. She began to see herself as a star, someone who will be loved by all, someone who had a bright future. She started coming out of the darkness of ignorance and fear. That was the first victory. Joyce noticed her boyfriend became too protective because she was not giving him attention as before. She continued building up the courage to break free from him. It was not an easy task, but through God's help and that of Isaac, Joyce pulled through the fear. Her major breakthrough manifested on a Sunday after the service. She made up her mind that come what may, she will break up from that abusive and unhealthy relationship. On getting to her boyfriend's house, she noticed he was with another lady. He looked at her without remorse and rained abuses on her for entering his room without due notice. Joyce was embarrassed and left. She returned home in tears. She wasn't crying because of what she saw. Neither did the insults she received make her weep. She was crying because she lacked the boldness to break free from that relationship. Joyce encouraged herself in God one more time. She took a shower, ate and slept. Joyce woke up the next morning, went on her knees and asked God for strength. She reminded God of his word which says, "I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of boldness and sound mind." She wept while she prayed because her life depended on it. She stood up. It looked as if a heavy burden was lifted from her chest. She felt light, and behind this feeling was boldness. Beside that boldness was anger. A holy anger, an anger that says this abusive relationship ends today. That was God's way of assurance. She left to her boyfriend's house. This time, he was on the couch outside his house. She went straight to him. Still surprised at her boldness, he was mute. Joyce boldly ended the relationship immediately. She never gave him the chance to reply. She walked to her car and zoomed off for good, never coming back. A burden was lifted. She felt unexplainable peace. Her joy knew no bound. All thanks to God and to Isaac for not giving up on her. The beautiful part of Joy's story is that she later went into a relationship with the man of her dreams. Just like her, he was godly, industrious and handsome too. After a few months, they were married and today they are blessed with 2 lovely boys. Her dream to become a professor in the field was accomplished. She enjoyed all she had missed in that abusive relationship. Dear friend, you may be feeling hurt that your friend has left you because you were always putting in your best to make sure he is aligned to destiny. You always went out of your way to please him, but at the long run, your deeds and benevolence was taken for granted. I would like to encourage you today. Don't feel bad. Be happy and move on. You never lost a friend. Rather, your friend will feel the impact of your absence in due time. The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 19 says, and I read, "They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us." When some people leave, despite the help you have been rendering to them, forsaking the love shown to them, it shows that they were not with you from the onset. Beloved, you have to remind yourself of who you are. You need to speak to your mind as regards your purpose on earth. Don't take the lies of the devil. Don't get bitter because those you labored for left you unannounced. Don't be bothered about the people that has left your life with ingratitude. Remember, your virtue and quality of care, love and kindness still remains with you. There are other people who are in dire need of those qualities. There are people who will appreciate every good act done to them. If there was no separation between Lot and Abraham, Abraham would have lost his place as the father of faith. Abraham would have lost the opportunity to be called the father of all nations. He would have been wrongly positioned and later destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. When God takes people away from your life, it is always for a good reason. So praise God for that. Enjoy the benefits of their absence in your life. You may get to see your purpose manifesting in alignment now. You will begin to have many visions for your future. Your mind and your understanding will be open to good opportunities. You can now focus on God. Beloved, there are many benefits you will enjoy because of the absence of some people in your life. Thank God for that and enjoy His blessing. Just like Joyce, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. If this video has blessed you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone.